2 months ago when I knew I was moving, I got a piece of paper and I drew my dream setup. I planned it all out in my head, put it to paper, so that way when we moved in, all the measurements were there, we could set it up easily. This is what I envisioned, this is what I wanted. And this is what I have now. This just shows when you work hard for something and set your mind to it, you can make anything happen. What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with part 4 of building my insane gaming setup. This episode, we're going to be focusing on my Revolt 2 PC. Going to be taking it apart, doing some internal mods, adding some things to make it more fit for my channel and my needs. Alright, so real quick I'm going to talk about some of the mods that I made to my Revolt 2 case. And yes, I'm keeping this PC from here on out. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's okay. It's not yours, it's mine. I went with it because when I saw it at CES, I love the small form factor of the case. I think it looks nice and it really fits in with my setup, I think, since it's angular and geometric. I like that style, so I like this a lot. I swapped out the GPU first off. There was a MSI 970 when they sent it to me like 2 months ago. I replaced it with a GTX 1080 from MSI. It is their Armor 8G overclocked edition. It's nice, white and black. It's gonna help kind of accent those lights on the inside and kind of reflect whatever color I want. And leading into that, Cable Mod, they are the MVP here. Their website has really awesome RGB lights and just computer lights in general. I got 3 of those total. I used one 60 centimeter, I believe it was, white strip on the bottom, which as you can see kind of has like the underglow now for when it's on my desk. So I love underglow on PCs. I had it on my old H440. So I had just white on the bottom, and then already pre-built inside the Revolt 2 case, they have their very own sort of lighting strip built in, which is on the one side of the case. You can control that all through the software on the PC. But I also added from Cable Mods their very own RGB strip. I believe that one was a little bit of a longer strip. It might have been 120 centimeters. I could be completely wrong. I'll put the link to their stuff in the description so you can check it out. But that's also an RGB strip where I put it on the other side of the case, wrapping around the back to the front. So now the entire top of the case has RGB lights inside to reflect off the black and white GPU. And what's great about these is you can change it easily with a remote, and it's not like most where you need to point it right at the receiver for it to recognize it so you can change the lights. This is RF wireless, so it's radio frequencies. So I can be pointing it up in the air right now, and as you can see, it's changing colors. I can change the colors, change the modes, change the speeds, change the brightness, all with this remote, not even pointing at it. And I think it looks really cool inside this case, and definitely would recommend those cable mod lights. They are awesome. And real quick, so you can see what I'm talking about, I have the MSI software doing that marquee effect on the side, and then I have the lights blue, so you can see my strips paired with the MSI strips on the inside for the case and the marquee. I think it looks definitely pretty cool. Big fan of this, and I'm happy that it was just so easy to plug in, get the lights going, and now it looks better. Alright, after going through a lot of the comments on the first 3 videos, there's one thing that I saw very sparingly, it wasn't often at all, that kind of, was stuck in my head at first when the setup started to come together. And that was the fact that the drawers are only 27.5 inches off the ground. Then I have that IKEA countertop as a desktop there. So when I'm sitting down, the desk is really only 27 inches off the ground. And I'm almost 6 foot, I'm a little over 5'11", so I'm kind of, I guess, on the taller side. I have longer legs, so when I'm sitting down, it feels kind of weird having it that low. And I have my big Herman Miller M-Body chair that I have to bring to the lowest height setting in order to, fit comfortably with that desktop. So I've been thinking about ways all along, ways to increase the height of the desktop to, fit me better overall. And I think I found the solution. I'm just waiting for Amazon to knock on my door so I can begin modding the desktop, I guess for the last modification to the setup overall. Alright, so I finally got the room pretty much all together for the day. It's been a long day. And as you saw, we got some legs for the countertop to kind of elevate it a little bit. I think they're like 4 inches or so, but it gives me a little bit more leverage when I'm sitting at my desk. It is now perfectly, if you see, the chair just comes right up to the top of the countertop. Couldn't be happier. But this is what we're going to be going with so far for the setup. It's not absolutely finalized. That's the great thing about having your own setup. You can change it and modify it whenever you want. By the way, I mounted the legs on the top of the drawer instead of on the bottom of the desk. That way, if I ever want to take the desktop off, and like mess with the countertop, or if I'm just like switching things with my setup, I don't have to have that just being an annoyance. I think it was better off just mounting it to the drawers instead. And also, I can now like put things underneath there and have like my phone charging underneath, which I think is pretty cool. But for now, I'm definitely digging the results. And I also got this little this drill bit from Lowe's. It's pretty much meant for like bezeling or beveling and sanding and stuff. So I sanded the inside of the hole for where the cable goes for like routing my cables out on top of the desk. So I got it all sanded out so it's not snagging on the cable anymore for my keyboard and mouse. Also lined the top and inside with electrical tape. So definitely again happy with that. And so far, I think it's going to wrap it up for, I guess, part 4. We modded the PC, added the lights, swapped some of the components, messed with the desk. We added the Random Frank P logo on the case, which a lot of people said they wanted it on the bottom, but when I put it there, it just didn't look right to me. So I put it on the center of the front of the case, and I think it looks really great. We also added a extended white mouse pad for the top, which I think is going to fit in nice with the white and kind of wooden theme I have. Yeah, it's been definitely a productive and long day. It's like 95 and up. It's extremely hot, so I'm gonna get a shower, work on editing some videos. Hope you enjoyed part 4. I'm Random Frank P. Have a good day.